Hey, what's up everyone, Morey Croson here, and we have another new breakdown for you today. It's going to be a comparison video of Tom Brady with a before when he was at Michigan into where he's at now, and also give a little bit of an update of what his current mechanics are within the Bucs training camp. So it should be a pretty cool overall video. As always, if you like the content, go ahead and click the thumbs up button down below, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and go ahead and leave us a recommendation down below in the comments, or if you have any questions, go ahead and leave those in the comments as well. We'll hop in the video right now. All right, so here on the right, we have him at Michigan, and then here on the left, we have him currently at the Buccaneers training camp. And this is going to be a deeper throw here, and you know what we see is we see him going hitching into it, and that's one of the first things that you could already see the difference of is, you know, he gets to the back of the drop, and notice how here when he hitches into it, how much he keeps a lot more of, and somebody walks right in front of it, the film here, but you can see how his overall base is a lot closer in comparison to here where he hitches into it and he gets a lot longer step. You can see where he keeps that front foot off the ground for a little bit longer. It's something that I talk to a lot of quarterbacks about as well, and being able to get that front foot down. You don't want to end up overstriding too much especially when you go into throwing the deep ball. I think it impacts it. He still ends up being able to throw the ball pretty long here, and he has in the past taken a pretty long stride in his deeper throws, but you can see he's been working on this. This is a deep, you don't actually get to see the throw here, but you can tell it's a deeper one just with the audio. But you can see he gets that foot down, and then you know from there really transfers the weight forward and is able to control that front leg, you know, a lot more. So obviously this isn't a game situation, so the mechanics might be a little bit more, you know, tuned in, because the practice is a little bit easier to tune into the mechanics a little bit better. But you can see he's shifting his way off that back leg and getting a nice rotation there. And then as he's shifting on that front leg, doing a great job of just being able to control it and not going into too much of extension within that front leg. So you can see here, you know, he has a pretty bent leg as well as he gets that front foot down. And then as he drives the leg through, he really extends a lot in that leg, which causes a lot of stopping of the hips and makes it so you end up having to use a lot more arm. You know, at the end of the day, he is 6'4", so he was gifted with a lot of natural arm strength. But he was able to, you know, really work on his mechanics, and I think do a better job of being able to use his whole body, which is why he's been able to, you know, really have a long, prosperous career instead of just a super short, you know, career. And I think some of the guys that, you know, don't consistently work on the mechanics end up having, you know, more arm issues and things like that, where he's done a great job being able to take care of his body to make sure that doesn't end up being an issue for him. So this is him again going through a nice little 3-step drop, gets the ball down. You can see, you know, we'll go and look at his release time from what it was before. Let's say he leaves the hand here at 151. 33. And let's say it's out of his hands at 151.70. In comparison to here, it's out of it 466.46 to 75. And so, you know, he's able to definitely shorten down his release a good amount here. So he went from, let's see, 0.29 here on the left and 0.37 on the right. So again, it's a deeper throw, so you already know it's going to end up being a little bit more time when in the release when you make a deeper throw, but still having in that 0.37, that's a great overall release time. It's really, really fast, where on the left, you know, in that 0.29 area, it is also, you know, great. If we got into, you know, probably in his deep throws, he might be closer to maybe a 0.33. Still a little bit quicker though in his release, a little bit more efficient, and you know, as he was getting the ball back, being able to really transition the nose of the football to come forward and through very, very quickly. I think that's something that he does just so well. As he's going back, he, you know, doesn't necessarily really get that ball to, you know, load here in that 90 position. He kind of keeps the nose of the football facing down to then make it so then he's able to just rotate right through, drive the elbow through as he's coming forward. And you could also see how he kind of pushes off that back leg and rotates off that back knee. See how he like pushes first, right? So push right there, and then rotation off that back leg, and that makes it so now he gets that full extension in that back hip. And it's very important to be able to fully extend, like you're pushing off You know, I always compare it to like as you're sprinting. I work a lot on my sprinting as well, and I could feel when I push off that back leg well, how it does feel like you're almost pushing yourself forward when you're sprinting, and that helps you get in that rotation. And you can see where his front leg is too, in comparison to where it was before. See how early he gets into this like extension on that on that front leg. He used to, even when he was in college, he did a really good job of using that back leg to be able to push off, and I think there's a lot of similarities there to what he currently does with his back leg to what he used to do with his back leg. He's just changed up, you know, that front foot and how it extends instead of, you know, kind of rotates through now, you know, where it used to extend a lot more. He changed also the position when he finishes. So he used to finish and really pull down a lot more with that hand and lean over to the side a little bit more, where now he stays a little bit more upright and keeps that front hand a little bit higher up overall as he's coming through. You know, also, I mean, he gets a great wrist flick. You can't see as much of the wrist flick as he did before. He does a great job of getting full extension through the elbow there. You know, now I'm just going into what he just does very naturally himself. You know, before he did a great job getting great extension in the elbow. Now he does a great job getting full extension in the elbow. Great internal rotation in the shoulder. You know, he works so much on range of motion through the shoulder, controlling of the body, controlling of the core. Doesn't use a lot of heavy weights, use a lot of, you know, elastic bands, and that's exactly how our program is set up to be. When you join it, it's all, you know, the most weights that you're going to be using is 5-pound weights. It's a lot of stuff with bands, it's a lot of stuff with, you know, no weights, just being able to build up your control of the body, being able to be stable up overhead, being able to, you know, achieve different ranges of motion that I think are super important to be able to get to and achieve as a quarterback. So, you know, it's a great overall program, and I think it's something that can really benefit quarterbacks if used the right way. All right, so just wanted to give you guys an update on some Tom Brady stuff. I think it's always cool to see these before and afters, see some changes that he's made over his, you know, long career. It's been probably over 20 years now since, you know, we got that Michigan video here on the right compared to where he's at now. So definitely have seen some big progresses there. As always, guys, thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and leave that in the comments below. Reminder, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And we also have a lot of different links in the description down below. If you have any questions about our 3-month program, you could try out our 7-day free program trial. It doesn't come with any breakdowns, but it does give you an idea of what we do from a training perspective. We have different options for our breakdowns, some really cool offers there. We have a free ebook. We have a couple different free things down below. Go and check that out if you're interested, and would be happy to talk to you more about any of our programs if you're interested in doing that. All right, as always, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.